Good evening, our beautiful viewers. Welcome to yet another episode of The Deep with your host, Tuso. On tonight's episode, I'm joined by Hard Knocks CEO, DJ Brian Wadesango. Welcome, DJ Brian.
How are you, Tuso?
Thank you for accepting our invite to the show.
It was my pleasure.
I believe it's going to be an exciting show as we have a youthful face in the building tonight.
It's going to be very exciting, and it's been a while since I had an interview, so I think it's a great honor to have you guys have me here and also have me at my own place, Solomon's Cafe.
Interesting. Yeah. So let us give the viewers what they've wanted, because it is all about the viewers, leaving the viewers answered and knowing about DJ Brian. So are you all music? Do we say Brian is all about music?
Yeah, I could say 3/4 of my life, how I spend it, it's all about music. Yes, I do DJing, I do promotions, of promoting DJs, artists and everything else. But besides that, well, I've got a business that I do. I'm into also logistics. Like transport. I've got a transport company that I do. So besides DJing, that's the other thing that I'll be running with. Besides when I'm not at work. Actually, of course, DJing, and entertainment, entertainment industry is all about mainly Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But though you plan before the weekend comes, so I just mix in the two. Yeah.
So when did you discover that you had the passion for music?
As we, Chikura, my dad, was into music. And we're a family of music. I think all of us, from my siblings, even my mom as well. We just grew up listening to music, and I discovered this passion that I had because I used to do competitions in school, in primary school, dance competitions, and and all about that. And I used to follow, almost every trending music since I was very young.
Something very interesting, Brian. You are a DJ, but hauna kumboda kuchinja your name. You just went with your natural name, your original name. What is the secret behind that? Chicha kaita usafunge kuchipa maybe a name yekuti gonna kuva catchy. Did you believe that your name on its own could be catchy in the industry?
Yeah, I just felt using my name, I think it was good enough. And I just got used to my name. From school, even my mom used to call me B, and I just felt maybe Brian, DJ Brian, is something different. It's just like I just took it from my name, and I just wanted to leave it like that.
Okay. Yeah. So tell us about the time you entered the industry. Which was your first gig? What was your first gig? Where was it?
Apparently, I started just after, we used to do, school functions, and every time when any function comes, you get picked up. Even your class teacher would just say, no, for music we have Brian, music, mm-hmm. So, it all started from high school, and professionally, I started, I think, around 2003. That's when I really started, when I had my first contract. That was here in Kwekwe. There was a new club in Kwekwe that opened. That's when I started. And I think from there onwards, then I just believed I could do it. And it started as a hobby. But then finally, I don't know, I can do it as a business as well. Mm-hmm. Since it was something I had a passion for.
When you talk about school functions, are you saying over my desk making beats?
Not really making, tatingori, like Pachkoro, you definitely know, ningana gonna utamba, you can sing. Well, I can't sing though, but I could, I was one of the persons, if anything happens, Pachkoro would provide. Probably you just bring a small system, radio kumba, play out to my party to So from there, it started growing, and I got so much in love with everything that I started doing then.
Okay. All right. We are going to go for a short commercial break. Do join us as we have DJ Brian in the studio. Welcome back, our beautiful viewers, from our ad break. In studio, we have Hard Knock DJ CEO, DJ Brian, Kwekwe's finest DJ. So before we went for the break, we were still talking about how this grew from school activities, school functions. I love the idea that you're actually bringing school into this, because we believe a school environment is somewhere where, we expect doctors, lawyers, engineers, a serious environment. But for us to think that even DJs are pioneered at school, how did that come about?
I know, like way back when I was back in school, it's like most people never took this DJing thing or entertainment thing as something that could be professional or something that you could live on. Most people just thought, but I think I'm a true testimony. I just wanted to have breakthrough all that. All those talk and and even in school, one thing I've noticed is even nowadays, it's something that's refreshing. Yes, after studies, like you've been in school for like 3 months, and probably at the end of the term, to go to my functions, but at times back in my days, like it was like they used to take it as but I just like to tell people, no, it's actually something that you can live on. You could even, I've managed to take care of my family through the entertainment industry, entertainment business, like we had one function that we had at school. So we had some guys, they never turned up. So when they didn't turn up, I turned out to say, I just picked up, like that. No, Brian, and I used to have a friend, my late friend, Tigere Gumbo. We used to be in school together. We used to do together music and everything.
Sorry, which school is this?
It's Kwekwe High.
Okay.
It's Kwekwe High. So this guy never turned up. So I was going, say, what's the next plan? I just thought, and I went home. And back then, CDs were not popular. Cassettes, and yes, but CDs were there, but they were not really, Came, then we played, and then I played alongside my friend there. Then everything went well. And from there onwards, people started having faith in us. So why do we have to hire other people when we're in the school? We've got, So from there onwards, it just grew and grew, and and the love of the music, just went even higher. And I believed, no, this could be something I can live on if I take it professionally, and I've done that.
Okay, we have had so many artists that give back to where their career started. Kwekwe High School, chikoro chichiri kufunctiona, chichiri kuita variety shows. Do you also sometimes take part to go and say, maybe kana vaine function yavaroda kuita, you offer to play them a free set so that they can also fundraise to give back to where your career started? Yeah,
definitely I'm doing that. Almost, probably almost all of their functions, when they have them, if they've got time, normally I get an invite, like normally Paniga, that old student union at Tinayo. So normally when they have their functions, they say, no, can you please join us? Since it was a mind without data, because there's still some teachers, some old teachers from way back who used to be there in my time. So that remember, yes, I would give back, give them my system. maybe give them a 30-minute set. Then after that, I leave my boys to do their thing. Yeah.
Okay, before we mislead our viewers, obviously they are watching and saying, hey, Naspani dude per show. Brian, do you have a family? I mean, tell us about that.
Yes, I've got a family, definitely. I've got a daughter and a son. Yes, and a wife too.
So how does your family support you in this business? You've mentioned that the entertainment industry has helped you support your family, and how are they supporting back?
No, they definitely, they love what I do, and I mean, they've grown to understand. I know this is what dad does, it's what my husband does, and they're really supportive, and they definitely know it's something that brings food on their table. So definitely, if I say now I'm going out, I'm going to Gweru for a function, I'm going to Harare, I'm probably locally, they actually understand.
Okay.
Yeah. They've grown to know, this is what dad does, and it's what he lives on, and it's helped us here and there,
It's good that you've mentioned that you have a daughter and a son. Do you groom them somehow, or do they show any interest that they want to be like you when they grow up? Do they want to be in the entertainment industry? For example, maybe your daughter becomes the next DJ Zintle, or your son is trying to take over from you. You know, we have that type of relationship with our children.
Yeah.
So is there such a scenario in your house?
Yeah, well, as for my daughter, well, she loves singing. Well, it's different. Yes, she knows dad does this, but well, with my son here, definitely he's always worrying me, Dad, I need to learn, I need to what, and now he's mastered one or two tricks and everything on the decks. So as for my son, probably I know, he said, I know, Dad, what I'll do is this, I'm gonna take it as my hobby, as my part-time thing. Well, he wants to be an engineer, that's what he said. He wants to do something with computers and what and IT. But then he said, I know, still Dad, I don't want to, it's just your legacy, I need to take it up from wherever you're gonna leave it, and it should grow and up, going further.
There came a time in Kwekwe where a party was not a party without DJ Brian. We're talking from house parties, weddings, gigs, whatsoever. What brought up that big initiative for you to become a very big person in the industry? I mean, we had a lot of competitors. We had a lot of DJs, some who had accessibility, some were international residents coming back to play their gigs. How did you survive that sort of competition?
Well, I think in every industry or business, you just have to be professional. If you take your whatever business professionally, I think that will give you a very big stance in the industry. That's what I've tried to do. I've maintained my punctuality, my time, and even the equipment. Like I got support from my dad. I mean, he's the one who has supported me through and through. And you know how it is, when you move with the times, you get the latest equipment, you service your your things and everything. And I think just professionalism in everything that you do, it will, make you be a greater person, even in your business or your industry.
Okay. Brian, everyone who was opening their new joint wanted you to be the resident DJ. They wanted you to be the DJ of that place. And how do you feel about that? Do you feel that you have been placed right, or you feel that you deserved more than what those people were giving you in terms of marketing their places? Maybe you can actually mention some of the places that you left being club bangers because you had been a resident DJ there.
Yeah, most clubs that have opened or anyone doing his function, they would look for me and everything. They got a time when I was really so much under pressure. But you know how it is, like I said before, if you just be professional on whatever you do, everything will go smooth. Of course, at times I would get double bookings, like how it is, but you just have to know how you space your time. And let's say, okay, I'm resident to a club, and right, then probably there are things like weddings, normal weddings, they're like in the afternoon. Well, if you have an evening wedding, you'd arrange your time to know that I'm going to come and do my set. Maybe if it's a 1 hour set, a 2 hour set, you finish, then you go back to whoever you're like contracted to. But normally, I've noticed most people have this problem. You have maybe 3 bookings in all and 4 bookings. You know, like you get greedy. At times you don't fulfill even all those commitments. SR3. I feel if you realize, I can't fulfill all those like my commitments are now. Just be open up, and you just let whoever wants you to their function. No, I can't come. I'm committed somewhere. So that you don't disappoint wherever you are contracted. I know, because we get this thing. But yes, it happens. But well, at the end, there's one side. Like the part of the, like the effort. So at least, to be frank, just having a function a night, it's enough.
Okay.
One function a night, tomorrow, the next day, you're going somewhere. So it gives you time to refresh and
before we go for the break, we want to know njimbo yaukanyanya kufarira kushandira in the club industry. Yaukanya so feel out apa pandai enjoy kuva panapa. Before you came here to Golden Mile, like you said, you're now a DJ here, but before Golden Mile.
All right. Before Golden Mile, there was a Queen Sports Club. It was more of a sports club. It wasn't a club as such, but it was a sports club where people would come and braai on a Friday, and later they have music. Normally we used to close a bit early. Then due to pressure, I was over or late because people started coming in numbers and what. But I really enjoyed that place. Mm-hmm. And also as well, there's not forget Club 07. I'm going to 007. I think it's Old Kwekwe Road here in Kwekwe. Yeah. That place, I did it for almost 2 years. Mm-hmm. And it was really, I think that was a place because since 2010, Patakatanga, until about 2012 when I left. Because 2012 when I left, the management had changed. So, when a new person is coming in, I know you're on the mad,
new ideas
and new conditions, but we didn't announce we ran a but then I left. That's when I moved to Queen Sports Club. But I think Club 07 was a very good place that really for that.
So we are going for a short commercial break, and after the break we're going to hear from DJ Brian of the youngsters that he has groomed into the DJs that we know. Some are here in Kwekwe and some have gone out of Kwekwe. Do join us after the break. Welcome back from our ad break. We still having DJ Brian in studio. So before the break, DJ Brian, our viewers wanted to know if you have any offsprings from the DJ box. We understand that, in fact, earlier you mentioned that sometimes you can get 2 to 3 gigs. And I'm sure that this has made you try to identify talent that you can work with. By working with those people, that means that you have groomed them so that they can represent you in the best way possible, even also further and build a career for themselves. So we would like to know about that.
Okay, well, yeah, I've worked with a lot of youngsters, and some are even out of the country, South Africa, UK. Take, for example, I've worked with DJ Backspin. He's a youngster that I started with when I had a contract at Club 07. Well, he was someone with a passion, Angane Shungu. And I believe now in South Africa is doing well in SA. And after that, I had DJ Silver. He's the current youngster that I have at the moment. And as well, DJ Peanut Mata. this youngster, and they're all doing well. You know, I mean, they all have a passion. One music and everything. And I mean, with Silva, is someone who had an ear for music. I mean, despite whatever he likes to listen to, he's someone who's versatile, can play anything. And this youngster, Peanut, DJ Peanut, Peanut Matza. Well, we started with him, I think it's now like a year and a half ago. I mean, but by now he's already, I mean, he's a great DJ now. He's a great youngster. We call him the youngest in charge, and he's doing well.
Okay, and you are the CEO, according to your stage name.
And by the way, CEO means Chief Entertainment Officer.
Oh, okay. Not the way we think of it in the corporate world.
No, that is like Chief Entertainment Officer.
Okay. That is very interesting. Yeah. But out of interest, how come we do not have a lot of female DJs? Okay, not to say a lot of female DJs, but I don't think, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think there's a female DJ in Kwekwe. We have heard of DJ Naida in Harare. How come we do not have our own female DJ in Kwekwe?
I've had 1 or 2 young girls coming to me, because like I've started DJing classes. Like it's more like you know, like I've got my company, the Hard Knock DJs Entertainment Company. So I've just decided to start bringing in, you know, upcoming DJs, but mainly I've started to scout for the female side. I don't know, with Kwekwe, it's pretty amazing. I think I just had one person who came to me, but for the past years, I haven't had any female coming to me or any lady coming to me. I don't know who else would. I don't know why. I don't know what they fear. But in Blue we've got so many female DJs. Blue take it Blue or Harare. I mean West. I mean even South Africa. I mean it's even worse. For me, I think it's now even 50-50 female DJs and male DJs.
We want to move to your awards, DJ Brian. We understand you have a Midlands award in music, or being the best DJ in Midlands. What happened? How did they identify you? I mean, because we just think we're coming to the clubs, we're coming to dance, and we don't take it that other people out there are actually recognizing you. What happens for you to get to holding that award at the end of the night?
You know, I mean, I think it's mileage. It's mainly what they look at is your appearances. Basically, I mean, like in Gweru, I've had a lot of functions. I mean, I partnered with DJs in Gweru. You know, you get DJ Mopsy, Musty, Blash, and all of them. So whenever they have their function, they used to call me there. So when you go there, I mean, you rock the crowd. Obviously, they're people there, the journalists, they're everyone. I mean, you get to be written in the papers and what. And basically here in Kwekwe, I mean, I've done a lot, from house parties, I mean, club functions, weddings and everything. So from there, that's where they pick, you know, they start pick your mileage, even your, and also, you know, what I would like to advise other DJs, like, you need to have an active Facebook page. Whatever function you do, you post it. Instagram, what. That's other things that they look at. So even if they had to like now look for nominees or whatever, best DJ Midlands, best DJ National, that's what they look at. That's what they look at mainly.
And then the pandemic, the said pandemic, COVID-19, it hit our clubs, it hit our ears, and everything became silent. I mean, basically, just hit everywhere. I mean, globally, there's nothing we can do about it. We just have to stay safe. But it has really affected our industry, especially the entertainment industry. But, you know, this is the time that your fans, or us, your fans, we were expecting to hear some mixtapes. We're expecting to hear some, you know, entertainment stuff coming to keep us entertained, such that if things are to go back to normal, you know, we have you the same way that you've got us during the pandemic. We are expecting the people who are in the entertainment industry to be like our stress relievers. Have you done anything so far for the people during the COVID-19 lockdown?
Yeah, definitely. We've been doing if you go to my Facebook page, it's DJ Brian Zim. We've done my live, live sets. Normally I do them at home. I've got my studio at home. So we've done we're doing live sets on probably 1 hour sets or 30 minutes. Just to keep, our fans entertained. Because, definitely people are staying at home. Mainly, obviously at night, no one is going out. People are with their families. So, so we're doing lives, and at least they'll be watching lives on Facebook, Instagram, all those. And also in Harare, I've been in Harare the past week. We've got a live that we're doing there. I was invited there with some other friends. We're doing also their live. So that's how we mainly keeping our fans entertained.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So after the lockdown, what are we anticipating? Any club bangers, numbers, turn-ups? What are we anticipating for the entertainment industry?
Definitely, people are really waiting. They're really waiting. Because, this industry is more like a refresher to so many people. After a hard day of work, people want to go for a drink, listen to some music, So definitely, I think after the lockdown, we're hoping everything is going to get back to normal. And if it gets back to normal, then definitely we're kickstarting. And I think numbers are going to be much bigger, much bigger. Because as far as I'm concerned, so definitely our numbers are going to be big, but hopefully we'll try to manage as well. Because obviously we can say after the lockdown and we might have even a more bigger problem. So I think, the ministry knows but definitely we're expecting numbers, big numbers, big numbers, definitely. Because people are considering it's now like 5 months. Buying the booze, staying, but it has helped. I think it has helped mainly families, getting families together.
Interesting.
So,
Okay. Has it helped you? Do you feel it has helped you individually?
Yeah, I think, but now I've always bonded with my family, especially my kids. But I think it has even created a more stronger bond with them.
Okay.
Because I'm having more time with them. I've gotten to know them more than I thought I knew them. So I think it has helped.
Well, before we come to the end of the show, Brian, would like, if you have anything that you have to say for Kwekwe and the rest of the viewers, perhaps something that you want them to know, something that is coming up, or something that you feel wasn't aired out on tonight's show, but you feel Kwekwe should know you as that type of Brian.
Yeah, obviously, after this, definitely there are bigger things coming. And with the contacts I have, I've been connecting my guys, the artists in Harare, DJs, even locally, even outside Zimbabwe. They're all, because we had something lined up, and our program still stands as it is. So I think it's going to be more busier than before, because obviously we have to fulfill program at that time before the pandemic started, before the lockdown started. So I think Kwekwe people should expect fireworks. It's going to be something big going on around town. Actually, Midlands, especially Kwekwe, and here at Golden Mile, Solomon's Cafe, I think it's going to be bigger.
Okay.
Yes.
That is nice. That is nice.
And also, it has helped. We've actually had touch-ups on a few things that we were lacking and everything. I think, so after this, I think it's going to be bigger. And I would like to tell my fans that Patukuzovurapa, they're going to see even much more brighter lights and bigger things coming up.
Nice. Thank you very much. It has been a pleasure being on your screens tonight. Don't forget to like and subscribe on our YouTube channel, as well as visit our Facebook page. Hit the like button. If you feel you have a guest that you want to see on the show, do use the number, WhatsApp the number below, and send us your suggestions of whom you'd like to see sitting on the seat at the Deep. Do join us next time for another exciting episode. I'm your host, Tuso. Remember to stay safe and sanitize. It's good night.